Sonia. I'm doing a vlog update. Basically, I was actually invited or requested to provide questions for Dr. Rosin, Carol Rosin, and who's busy reading me? Carol Rosin, and the thing is, I'm just slightly a bit disappointed in the response of them. Not all of them were actually asked. I obviously would stipulate that the our show was actually constrained to time limit. But there's a very amount of information that was pretty interesting and which kind of like answers some of the questions already. So, well, first of all, I'll go through them. I think it'll go quicker that way than just think clearly, because I'm a bit tired. I'm going to be having a bit of a nap after this. Okay, it says, I have heard there's a possible race between intersex gender variant people and extraterrestrials, and would you share your thoughts on it? She basically shared her thoughts on it, being that her extraterrestrial her extraterrestrial will encounter or visit or whatever mentions that she saw the being as genderless. Basically, people on this planet tend to divide the male and the female, which basically goes to more depth in actually history and the whole paradigm of what exists and all that. So yeah, then the next one. I said, as you mentioned, the conspiracy of the vital card being a fake extraterrestrial threat. How would they fake it? That question was asked more or less. She mentioned about holograms. She did one thing that she didn't go into was the existing Earth-based technologies, which are produced actually, which the Nazis actually started working on at first. She did mention about reverse engineering of shooting down spacecrafts, which I know and shared already. The video that I shared that in is basically removed. I'm thinking of doing re-uploading it. That's what Elohe found on the moon. So I'll be actually re-updating that as a reference. I think I have one video of that re-uploaded, but I want to get the whole 2 or 3 series videos which I've done. I'll re-upload them sometime, because there was a good points in there, and actually the questions that were part of it are gone. I'm rather upset about that, because people shared their thoughts on how, why they think it's fake, and then how some people think it's real, and so on and so forth, because it was very much outsourcing the truth. And then it says how then basically what she didn't make, what I'll basically include by creating artificial biological forms to represent as extraterrestrials or fake ones. How would that affect the thing? She didn't respond that one, because basically people on this planet have already created artificial organic life, which is known to be on the cellular level, but as you know, technology that is secret and dealt within the military is always 60 years more advanced. So I'm just wondering, because that was a question, is would they actually make these artificial life forms represent as extraterrestrials to invade the planet as a false flag to keep the war, industrial military complex going, as it's basically money's an issue and a problem, and money and industrial military complex tend to work hand in hand. And and then how would this affect with communities and organizations over support the extraterrestrials. And I'm using the word extraterrestrial not on purpose or just to be like to cover the broad spectrum. I tend to call them Elohim personally, but I am referring to them as extraterrestrials in the sense of people that are not terrestrial. They're not like who are not living on this planet. But there is a talk about. I won't go into that because I'm part of that. But anyway, if anybody wants me to discuss a bit on that, it's a bit controversial at the moment, but there's a lot of uncertainty with that. But I'm just referring extraterrestrial as people directly from space. Then again, what I mentioned, what I actually support with her is the media and the Hollywood, the way it's brainwashed the media, in the sense that every single extraterrestrial is a threat, based on Hollywood movies that mostly focus on invasions rather than actual contact or peace-based interaction and that. And then another thing I mentioned, let's go to it. It says, how would converting the military-industrial complex into a space industry occur when people from other planets do not have a currency system, but basically a paradigmic system like what I'm part of, paradigm.org, which is trying to get this idea out on Earth. And then how again, what I think is this: how would this false flag, fake alien invasion affect people who actually are related, not into a sense to cosmic cultures, in a sense, like myself, in my art and all that. How would that, say if there's suddenly suddenly a fake alien invasion has to occur now, would the military or the army arrest me and throw me into prison because of my artwork is very cosmic culture? How it is cosmic culture is a debate in itself. It will just make the video longer, but if you want me to do a video on that, just please let me know. And then what I was mentioning as well is yes, because how would it, say if you want to convert the space industrial military complex into you can't actually trade with people on other places, they do not have any money, but extraterrestrials do not even have a sense of policy because they follow the source of their true consciousness, that's foundation of love, understanding, empathy, compassion, where agreements are made between them, just certain agreements to know where everyone stands, and so no one is stepping on each other's tails by accident, because that can actually happen, which is one of the reasons why policy was imposed. But I think policy is mainly imposed to benefit economic, military-based ideas and then forms of government. What am I going to say? Have you sent requests for group of extra supporting organization, groups of individuals share a common idea of the peace in space at some level, instead of focusing on the cacostocracy politicians, royals and nobles, that's those with just money. Just because they have money, they say they have more say, they enforce the rules, they enforce policies, but I think it's best to actually focus on everybody, not just the governments, because more people in the 99% need to know the truth. They need to know and understand that extraterrestrials are not a threat, because say if the government does something and the rest of the people haven't caught up consciously, it will cause conflicts with certain mentality people who actually haven't opened up from the matrix that was imposed on the people in the first place by the government. So that, I honestly say, just don't focus on the the governments and that, because they lie, they cover up, they bullshit, they wheel and deal according to what benefits them, not humanity as a whole. So yeah, so, and then also, for example, you know, meeting up with the radio movement, because the radio movement have plans and things of building the embassy. That's, you can say, is a landing pad for, you know, to meet up with it, because we believe that extraterrestrials created people, which is why they're not imposing invasion on people, because, you know, because humanity had been created. And there was actually one other question why I should have asked this: do you think people were created by extraterrestrials? Because the reason why I just forgot about it, because I'm so used to that thing at the moment. I'm so used to the fact, because I can see flaws in Darwin's and all that, that I think I actually think everyone is, you know, is thinking the same thing, which is wrong on me. But because it's so, you know, it's like general knowledge for me, and the reason why I thought about that is because it's which actually Prometheus, the movie which I watched last night, kind of focuses on that as part of the storyline, that people on Earth were created by humans from another planet, although the rest is all, you know, the creators want to destroy it all. I want, you know, the thing is, the truth is, the creators love the creation, so that's why they get around the message. So it's something to look into and something to work with, because it's a like-minded idea, working with people with the same sort of ideas and what they want to do, even though you have your different opinions and all that. Then I mentioned as well, how do you feel about the government, about technology and the government in relation to the industrial military complex, on the fact that astronauts are risking, in NASA, even the cosmonauts in Russia, are risking their lives every day in space, doing the missions they need to do, just putting up satellites, working on the International Space Station, all that, where there's evidence that there's much better, safer technology which was actually developed in Germany in the World War. And I think von Braun should know about this, because he worked with the Germans when he was in the Nazi party. But the thing is, why focus on antiquated rocket fuel, you know, technology, when there's this UFO technology which they had? And even the Nazi bell was confiscated by the US military. I have evidence for that. And there's a video or a sighting that happened. I can't remember, but I shared the video on my Facebook, where the Nazi bell landed somewhere in America, and the US military captured this device, and then nothing. And then when they asked questions, they told that they were never there. So there is evidence of this technology. Why isn't it being used for general space missions when scientists in NASA are risking their lives on antiquated rocket technology, or technology to get into space? And then the last one is like, how has the press responded to your actions with the treaty of the weaponization of space? It's a very good. I actually support the de-weaponization of space, so I'm on your side. But I feel that in order to get this thing to work, is not to focus on governments and the 1% alone, but on everybody, as well as educate people, because there's a lot of reptilian agenda thing with David Icke and all that. Try and educate them out of that. So I do my part in trying to educate. Some people don't, but the thing is, the more you get more people understanding that they're not alone in the universe, you know, I think it's best. But I'm quite. I just wish this, you know, the questions were covered in detail a bit more. So yeah, so that I have to finish off now. My 15 minutes are up. So yeah, so I'm gonna have a rest. And okay, I must.